What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here today. To have a little chit chat. I think Fanatics, whatnot, Panini, this could really apply to any of the major manufacturers and selling platforms. For the purposes of this, we're going to center this conversation around Bowman Draft, Top Slash Fanatics, and whatnot. But like I said, this could apply to eBay Live. This could apply to Upper Deck. This could apply to Panini. This could apply to Leaf. This could apply to other selling platforms, but really Whatnot and probably eBay Live and Fanatics Live are the three main ones. So what exactly am I talking about here? And this is not a new problem either. This has been something that's been happening for a long time now. But I feel like it takes on a different meaning in the current state of things in the way products design. So Sunday afternoon / evening, Fanatics sends out this nice little promotional marketing email, premiere Bowman Draft release party on Fanatics Live. You get to see it a whole day early. There's a bunch of different big time breakers that are going to be breaking it all on the platform. It's a big marketing thing. That's the hot new release with, the Tom Brady bounties are already out and about, the refractors, the autos, the inscriptions. And then just generally speaking, Bowman in general is a very popular product. Though from what I could see and from what I've heard, the baseline checklist is just kind of whatever. It's not the best in the world. It's not the worst in the world. There's been plenty better. There's been plenty worse. It's just kind of whatever. That being said, box prices are through the moon. I think a lot of it is revolving around this whole Tom Brady nonsense. And if you look at the checklist, the print run on the Tom Brady card is very, very short. So, they're doing this big marketing push, all well and good. Premiere event, yada, yada, yada. Come see it for the first time exclusively here. Here's the problem. There was at least one breaker that was brought to my attention. There may have been others, but I only saw one. And then I went on to Whatnot and saw them actually breaking it. There was one breaker on Whatnot ripping and selling Bowman Draft 2023 pretty much all weekend long. I believe there was multiple sessions that they did. There was at least 2 on Sunday they did. It was Wax Room Breaks over on Whatnot was breaking it early. The street date is 12/12. Clearly, it's not 12/12 yet, and they have this supposed first look on Monday that they're showing it off on. And here's really the problem with this, and this is where obviously this is not new. This has been something that has been going on for a while. People break street dates all the time. And we're just kind of like, whatever. The situation that has changed now, though, are we have these mega bounties, mega chases, whatever you want to call them. It's probably started before Zion, but there was a big Zion one. Basically every big tentpole release, there is almost some sort of bounty. It really got blown up with the Lord of the Rings one ring thing. And now there's a $500,000 bounty on the Brady. And a lot of this, whether we like it or not, and honestly, probably most of the demographic viewing this channel, I don't think the bounties move the needle for them. But a lot of the people buying into breaks, I think it does. Because in breaks, you're paying or portraying more of that like gambling like aspect, get the big hit, chase the thing, whatever. And I don't know that that's necessarily my audience based off the demographics and based off of, surveys and stuff that I've done. But for a lot of people out there, I think it does impact them. So if you have shops, breakers, online retailers, whatever, all waiting for 12/12 to sell the product and to post their breaks and open their product or whatever. And let's say that the breaker that's breaking 2 days early before everybody else without permission or without authorization hits one of these big bounty cards. In this case, it's the Tom Brady inscription. Say this Wax Room Breaks hits the Tom Brady inscription. Now, all of a sudden, you just train wrecked the whole economy of this product. if the Brady inscription or some other big Brady, maybe the 101 Superfractor or whatever the case might be, gets hit over the weekend from this one guy breaking product. Now the odds of that are slim to none, but crazier things have happened. Now all it takes is once. Say they hit that. Now that's going to have a spiral effect on everybody else when the product hasn't even been officially released yet. If, I posted a link last night, I'm recording this actually Monday morning, about the price that Brady / national spots are going for in breaks. It's astronomical. It's extremely high. All of a sudden, that tanks if the Brady bounty card or some other big Brady has popped up. And that has a trickle-down effect to everybody else because this one guy was breaking early. Now, sure, you're going to say, well, Fanatics is breaking a day early. Yes, but that's across multiple breakers, and it's their product. They can do whatever they want. If they want to market it that way, they can. And it's not just exclusive to one individual person. There is a slew of breakers on the list. I think it's like a half a dozen to maybe even a dozen breakers that are breaking this on the preview event. And it's their prerogative if they want to do that. But to go rogue is just absolutely wild to me. And like I said, this is not a new issue. It's been around forever. And the reason Whatnot should care is the same thing. If all of a sudden a big Brady gets hit and everyone has to adjust their prices and make them lower, that's less revenue for Whatnot. Because if they were charging, let's just throw numbers out there, it's just make up numbers. You can make up whatever product you want. If they're charging $500 because the product hit is with a certain team, and the product hit gets pulled before release, before 95%, maybe 98, maybe even 99% of the sellers are selling it, now all of a sudden maybe the product hit team is down to $300 per team. So every breaker on the platform selling that slot for $200 less, that's less revenue in Whatnot's pocket. Because you might say, like, why would Whatnot care about this? That's how they would care. And if you're the breaker breaking street date, that just feels like the ultimate F around and find out. Yes, they've never punished anyone in the past. Topps is everyone's kind of always looked the other way on this stuff. But now you're messing with Fanatics' marketing machine. And if I was a breaker or a shop or whatever, and my livelihood, we all know where this is going. Fanatics is going to rule the roost. Is it really worth the risk of breaking 2 days early to sell a couple of extra boxes and maybe hit something and go viral for 5 minutes? To have people post on Twitter, oh, look at the thing that was hit by so-and-so. Cool. And then no one cares 5 minutes later? Is that really worth risking everything? Now, I don't know if this breaker's Fanatics direct or not. My guess is they are probably not. Product, specifically this release, and this is how it usually happens, it kind of trickles out to people. Like it all ships at the same time, but kind of depending on your distributor, where you're located at, how good your UPS driver was feeling that day, you might get it a day before everybody else. I know a lot of people that have it in hand already. I know a lot of people that they're getting it today. So it's really just kind of all over the place. If they're Fanatics direct, they are absolutely just wild for breaking this early. My guess is that they're probably not. They're probably getting it from a third-party distributor. And they better pray that Fanatics doesn't or cannot figure out where they're getting it from. Because I believe if they wanted to, Fanatics could go after the distributor as well and potentially limit their product or even tell that distributor, hey, I mean, if Fanatics went to a distributor and said, you're not selling to this person anymore, or you're not getting product from us, the way they've been jacking around with distribution anyway, guess what that distributor is going to do? They're going to cut you off immediately. Because the distributor is not going to risk pissing off Fanatics when Fanatics is already dropping distributors left and right. And we all know where this is going. Fanatics is going to be in control of basketball, football, everything. Everything under the sun, they are going to be in control of, in addition to baseball product. So you're not going to kill the golden goose. And this just feels like killing the golden goose. I don't know if they'll do anything or not. This just feels different than how it has in the past with these massive bounties and with the Fanatics marketing machine spun up. I would not want to poke the Fanatics marketing machine. That just feels like the wrong decision to make. And in fact, I was talking to a couple different breakers about this. Tops / Fanatics sent a reminder message to everybody yesterday afternoon that basically said, hey, reminder, all products should not be sold or opened until 12/12. So I have a sneaking suspicion they were aware this was going on. It seems very suspect to me that that breaker was breaking on Whatnot yesterday afternoon. And in fact, it was around 3 or 4, maybe even 5 o'clock when I went in and screenshotted them breaking it. I took a picture on my phone. And then about an hour later, I was talking to a breaker and they got a message directly from Tops. And I saw it floating around. So it wasn't just them that got it. I think it went out to their entire network that basically said, hey, FYI, this release is 12/12. You better not be opening or selling it prior to that date. So we'll see if they do anything. I guess we won't really know per se unless the breaker says something or all of a sudden they're just never breaking Fanatics products again. But what do y'all think about this? Curious for your thoughts and comments as always down below. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.